Welcome back, guys. It's an exciting week this week. We got some new parts that turned up for the pink car, so I will turn the camera around and I'll show you what's turned up. So for starters, we have our new torque converter. So it's a 3800 stall torque converter. There it is there, custom made to suit the box and what we wanted and stuff like that. So it's a heavy bastard, but yeah, so that's it there. So they done this actually very quick. They said it'd be like a 2-3 week wait, but they done it very quick, which is good. So it'd be good to get that in, because that'll solve majority of our problems with not being able to idle and stuff like that. So it'll be really, really good. Next thing we've got is our new manifold. Oh, here it is. So it's the Edelbrock Super Victor LS1 manifold, which is a nice high-rise one. It's got very nice ports inside, which I'll show in a second. I've also got my spacer plate, throttle body air cleaner that was going to be on the ute, which is now going to be on this. Also, with my ute, I would have had to customise the wiring to plug into this throttle body, whereas this one just plugs straight in, which is awesome. I've still got to get a set of fuel rails to suit it. So, and didn't come with a gasket, so gaskets should be here by the end of the week. So that is what's going on inside. It's pretty full on. Looks like it should do a really good job at flowing the air through and into the motor, which is good. Hopefully a bit of a power increase and get it out of the bonnet, make it look a bit nicer. And finally, the next goodie we got, which I've been dying to get, is the CPR6 manifold for the VZ, which I'm very, very happy about. It's second hand, which doesn't bother me. But yeah, this obviously it can't just go straight on. It's got to be tuned to it. So this might mean that the big girl's going to be getting a few more mods and then another tune. I don't know, but I've got the manifold here, which is good to go. It's got a port tapped into it for a boost gauge, which would be good for us to run. So now I've got this manifold, it might actually motivate me to possibly get a few more different modifications for that. So for starters, I'd upgrade this throttle body to a big one, possibly an LS one. I've got a standard LS one over there somewhere. The one on this car is not mine, so I have to give that back. So possibly a standard LS1 throttle body, or possibly bigger. Also, if I'm going to be getting it retuned, I don't want to just tune it with a new manifold. I'm going to want to put E85. I'm going to want to put a set of cams in it, smaller pulley on the supercharger, a bit more boost. So that's probably what I'm going to do with this, but I'll get deeper into that in another video. So a few things. So just got the manifold, set of cams, E85, smaller pulley. But like I said, I'll get deeper into that on another episode, another video. I'm just stoked that I could have this manifold So anyway, back to this. I'm going to get it up on the hoist. I'm going to muck around with oil because the gearbox pan doesn't have a plug in it, so I'm going to be pulling the pan off. It's going to be messy, dirty, and just shit. So when we have the pan off, I'm going to tap a thread in it for a drain plug. I'm also going to tap a thread in it to put a temp gauge in it. So this is what the exhaust looks like off. It's got the 2 flanges, comes down into an X pipe, and then dumps at the diff. I reckon I just have a lot of bad luck with these rubbers. That's all cracked there, all around that bolt there, as you can see. Like overall it looks pretty good where they usually crack, but sitting there. So if I remember, I'll put a new one of them on before it goes back together. So I've got the tail shaft off, I've got majority of the bolts off up there, up around the top. I think I got them all because I've undone these ones and it's starting to make a gap. Done the torque converter bolts up through there, so it's all disconnected. I've just got to undo the mount bolts and probably get the 44 drum, sit underneath it. Actually, I want to drain the oil first. Possibly I could block up that end and block up the bell housing here and still have the pan off. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, but I'm going to undo all these bolts and put it off. What a bloody pain in the arse that was. So I had trouble with this just here. Plugs were corroded out to the shit house. I got one out. I also cracked that there. Then trying to get this one out. What a huge crack down it there. So I hope this still works. If not, I'll have to get a new one of these. It just was not fun getting this gearbox out. They are heavy as all shit. I had it sitting up on top of that. It wasn't good. Plus I still had the top bolt in. Also had big trouble trying to sit up there with no pan on it. It started falling off. I didn't want to damage anything under the pan because I just got the pan off. I now realise I probably could have, but it would have made a lot of a big mess. I probably could have got it off with the pan, set it up like that, then got the pan off, but it would have been very messy. It's already very messy now. I had to get the missus to give me a hand to lift it off there. It's been a rough night, but it's out, and I'm just going to leave everything how it is, leave all the mess. There is metalness in the oil, which, yeah, probably not the best, but new oil should do it good. I was worried when it dropped that it might have damaged something here, but it looks like it hasn't, which is good. But I'll definitely be using another technique to get it back in. Torque converter is huge, like compared to the other one. Tomorrow when I've cleaned everything up, I'll sit them next to each other and compare them, but yeah, not a fun night tonight. So I've got some more oils so I can put the torque converter in and get the gearbox back in. But I did just buy the crank angle sensor. I've moved the car and I've had to improvise. I haven't got a pulley puller and it's on there tight. So I've got the ratchet strap around the pulley, tightened against the pole here. So I've got it tight. I'm just going to give it a tap with the hammer and see if it comes. Well, I snapped the first strap and I wish I filmed it because I put another strap on and it seemed to work, which is good. So I now know this trusty old pole can get me out of trouble. I put it in. I'm not sure if I sat these two side by side and showed you, but that's the difference. That one is huge and this one is nothing compared to that. So I'm gonna put it in. So I've added about 1 and nearly a half litres. That should do. I'm gonna put that up now and lock it into place. I've just got the gearbox in and I'm just starting to do up the torque converter bolt. Now that's how far the torque converter is out. So I'm just gonna do these bolts up and hopefully pull it in. So I'll put the one bolt in, but I wanted to get some Loctite, so I've got some Loctite here. But I just went to go put them in and I want to put some washers on it. The old bolts were like a flange type bolt. So they had a better surface, but these don't have a good surface, so I want to get some hardened washers and make sure it's right. Well, it's been a good few weeks since I've actually got the box in and I've got the torque converter in and everything like that. I've now, my dad helped me. He welded a welding fitting in for the sump plug on it and a fitting so we could have a gearbox temp gauge. So now that I've got this back, I can actually start getting into it. I can put the filter on and I can put the pan back on and hopefully get some oil in the next couple of days and get it running. I think I've got everything bar the dipstick tube bolted down, so I'll have to bolt that up. And I haven't got the gauge in there yet, so I'm gonna go up there and see where I can poke it down and see where I'm gonna have it. And then I can put some oil in here and hopefully get it running tonight, which, yeah. So I'm a little bit worried about this being cracked here. So I just have to see how it goes, see if it plays up at the moment. I probably will get a new one before competition, so. I'm just pulling this out. Look, this is only gonna be temporary for now. I don't know where exactly I'm gonna have it at the moment. Gonna maybe try and just get it sitting down here, cable tied in place, because before summer nats I want to have 2 on the bonnet. So I want to have, and I didn't want to put this on the bonnet because I'm not sure if I want to go electric, so I don't have to have the capillary cable. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but I know I've got to get this in so I can fill it up with oil. So I'm going to temporarily mount it in here, try and find a way out to the bottom down through here somewhere. So this tray up there actually had something that popped out. This bit here, I did break it, but it does pop out, which allows a hole through there. should go up in there. So then I'll run it up through there. I'll just run this now and I'll show you on the outside. After I've ran it, I'm going to come out the hole where the wiring for the ECU goes and then down to the gearbox, and it should work good there. So that gauge actually sits in there nicely. It will need mounting, but cable tie or something like that, and or some sticky foam, something to just mount it in there, but it doesn't look too bad, and it pulls back flush, which is nice. So I'll run this wire out now. So straight out there. Now I'm hoping to God that it reaches, so I'll lift it up on the hoist. So I'm very happy that it reaches, runs up there. I have to do something about it, cable tie it up there and pull it tight and stuff, but I'm gonna seal this up, put some sealant on that and tighten that up and put some oil in the gearbox. So I've got the rest of that in, and now we've run out, so I'm going to go for a little bit of a trip to Autobahn. So I think that is a success with the torque converter. The needle didn't move on the gauge, but it must not have got hot enough. The temperature, the dipstick saying that it's got enough oil, which is good. And I did just stall it up here, just in reverse, and it stalled up very nicely. So it's going to make things a lot easier, especially when Taya's doing a burnout. So it stalled up, got the revs up, and then obviously started to spin the wheels, which is good. So I did just get a complaint from the neighbour over there. This car's been running idling out the front here for about 10 minutes. So it's a little bit ridiculous. It's not like I have the car running every single day. The car hasn't been running for 2 months. I'm sure 10 minutes out of their life isn't going to be too dramatic. Like, yeah, yes, I agree, it is loud, but if it was something that was going on every day, every couple days, yeah, fair enough, I'd complain about it. But for 10 minutes every few months, it's nothing to complain about. So he was standing over on the balcony just yelling out, but bugger him. I'm gonna clean the shed up, start it back up, take her in. So I've just come out here after a while and it doesn't appear to be anything leaking underneath. A bit late to start up and check it now, the oil now, but I think it'd be right. I'm happy with where that gauge sits, and the only couple things I've got to do is mount that properly, cable tie the capillary cable up a little bit, and put the exhaust back on. But I'm going to do that off camera because I don't want to do it now, but I want to get a video edited and try and get it up. So I have been a bit slack on the videos lately. I've had a lot of organising to do. I've got some real big news coming up, which I'll tell you guys soon. A lot of organising, a lot of stuff. I haven't been out in the shed much, but I'm hoping to get out here a bit more. I got some more parts on order, which is good. I'm hoping to get a few more. We're going to pick up another thing on the weekend, which is all for the pink car still, so a few goodies. But yeah, so gonna leave it there. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.